Hey everybody, Stu here on the Stu Show. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing great. Father's Day, it's nice out. I'm at Ash Cigar Lounge in Kingston, New Hampshire. I'm enjoying a great CLE Maduro smoke right here and a unbelievable cup of Death by Chocolate coffee. Ash Cigar Lounge makes some absolutely the best. And of course, they make the best espresso martini in New England. If you haven't tried it, check it out. Kingston, New Hampshire, right on Route 125, right next to Saddle Up Saloon. Anyway, so how's everyone doing? How's Father's Day? I'm doing good. Things are going well. Um, did a lot of volunteering last week at Bike Bike Week up in Rochester, New Hampshire, the Holly Davidson shop, uh, selling Molan Labe cigars and merchandise and coffee, etc. Promoting them and promoting the merchandise from their line and promoting Ash Cigar Lounge, of course. It was a great turnout, even with the weather being kind of on and off. But overall, it was great. I had a great experience. I loved it. Um, so anyway, so it's Father's Day. So let's talk about that for a minute. So for those of you whose dads are alive, I'm 52 years old next month. My dad passed when I was in 1984. He died of leukemia at 40. So I've already outlived my father by like 12 years. Not that it was his fault, but for anyone out there whose dads are still alive, man, you should be seeing your dad like every day if you haven't. Because I lost that when I was like 13, and he was sick like for like several years before that. So you know, if you one of those guys that's there and your dad's alive, you should be taking him out, take him out for dinner, take him out for a cigar or anything. I mean, for that matter, just go by and watch a ball game or whatever. Because if you still have that, you're winning, definitely winning. Um, so moving on. So I got some good feedback on my podcast and my YouTube stuff. Some of the guys were saying, like more experienced guys were saying, like keep it to like 15, 20 minutes. At first it was like keep it from to like 30. So I'm gonna experiment a little. I'm gonna try to do like 15, 20 minutes tops and just see what happens. Like Facebook Reels again, like they're killing it. I did a dog Facebook reel that got almost 5,000 views in a like in like a 24 to 36 hours. I did another one where I went on a rant about some idiot that let his mattress and box spring blow off his shitty trailer and blow down the highway and almost kill some bikers going up to bike week. I mean that like blew up in like one day. It was like 1,000 or like 1,100 views, maybe even more, maybe 1.5 thousand, which is a lot for just a short reel on Facebook. Um, but I gotta get more. I gotta get more. Like I'm still under 100 subscribers here. So like, if you're watching this, just like and subscribe it. Even if you don't like it, just like it and subscribe. It's not like it doesn't cost anything. It's just just help me out. Trying to promote this, and I think in the future it's gonna get better. Like I get my buddy brother Joe, who I've talked about. His buddy is like a guitarist who can play some really sick heavy metal music. We're gonna have a nice intro and stuff, but it's all like it's it's not my profession, so it's all like just evolving very slowly. I'm getting better at editing. Hopefully, I can edit this one and get some cool, maybe a photo or two in the background. Just baby steps. Again, like I don't. This isn't my full-time job. I'm retired, walk dogs, and I do other things. So I'm just having fun with this. But like I said, just check it out and tell your friends. Like, if they're interested in like US Marshal stuff or some stories or whatever, like just put it on in the car and check it out. If it's boring and whatever, we'll make it better. Mm, so good. And for all you cigar smokers out there that may live around New Hampshire or even in New England, Ash Cigar Lounge is putting on a law enforcement night, July 20th. It's a Thursday, July 20th, around 5, you know, 5:30 or so. We're hoping to have some really cool stuff. They haven't like put it on their website yet because they still got like some details they're working out, but it's gonna happen that night. And I've been reaching out to all my old contacts, and I think today alone, I text probably like 50, maybe 40 or 50, prior law enforcement guys I worked with or that are retired or guys that I know, and n- several of them have responded really quick, and we're very excited to hear this. And it's going to be a cool event, and it's hopefully going to be like a yearly, once a year. This will be the initial, and then hopefully next year we do it. My buddy that works here did one at another cigar lounge one time with the fire department, and it was really a good showing. I guess it blew up, which was nice. Um, so we got that happening, and you know, I as far as like my cigar stuff, like I really was into cigars for like a while in the '90s, traveling all over the world. But I'm outside here, and we got bugs flying around, and then, I was racing like Ironman triathlons for like 18, 19 years, like super fit. Like I weighed 165 pounds. I was like just, everything was Ironman, and I was raising kids. So I kind of like was one of those guys that like smoked like occasionally, like once a year, one there, now like, I'm not so super fit. I still work out. Like I said, I had hip surgery. I'm almost recovered. It's been 10 weeks. I'm going to start riding the bike next week and, you know, go from there. I stopped drinking IPA beers. I know a lot of people will be like, holy shit, like you stopped drinking. I lost 32 pounds doing nothing other than just stop drinking liquid bread squeezed into a can. I mean, I know that they're awesome and all, it's great, but like it's literally like I'd go mountain bike and I'd ride and burn off like 1,600 calories, say, right? Go back to the parking lot and pound down like four double IPAs. And that was like 1,600 calories. Like it just made no sense. I wasn't losing. You can't, what do they say? Work out a bad diet or out exercise a bad diet. Like it just doesn't happen. It's just simple math, like calories in, calories out. I mean, there are guys I know that can drink like two or three beers a night and they're super slim and whatever they're doing, they're winning. My body's not like that. I drink like two beers and I gain like 16 pounds in a day. I'm just a fat fuck. I mean, I'm, well, I was, and I still got to lose about another 12, 13, 14 pounds, if, maybe a little more. But, yeah, so again, this trying to just get some more content on my show. Talk about cigars, tattoos, like I got the whole Japanese thing going on. I got to finish that up. Andrew Stortz out of Portsmouth, New Hampshire, Warship Tattoo does all that. He did my this one on my arm, the bike. That's my favorite. It's a mountain bike. Um, it's actually a picture of me jumping off um, a rock that my friend took, George, and then I wanted it in skulls and flames. He did a great job. So shout out to him. Shout out to Ash Cigar Lounge here for let me sit out in their little backyard here, which is great. They got like fire pits. Like I said, I don't have the camera I'm talking about buying. If I did, I'd show you all they have nice plants. They have fire pits out here, umbrellas. It's beautiful. Um, Great people here too. I mean, super nice, super chill, like no creepers, like no drunks, no gangbangers, like it's just it's a great crowd here in Kingston, New Hampshire. Um, so moving on. So you guys all know I did, my whole career, law enforcement, 30 years, between a couple different agencies. But we're just going to a quick story here. And like I said, we're trying to keep this episode like 15 minutes or so, maybe 20. Anyway, so I get this funny bus story. MBTA bus. So you guys from New England know the big MTA buses that are all around the Boston metro area. So I'm in Melrose one night, and we got a case where the guy's, obviously a fugitive. He's hard to find. We've done all our homework. We can't locate him. We get a tip that he might be living with this girl on, I think it was like Main Street in Melrose at an apartment building. We don't even know the girl's name because it's like we can't link anything up, but we just got a tip that he may be staying in the building. Well, the problem is the building has like 100 apartments. And if you go to like management there, most of the time those guys are gonna rat you out, like hey, do you know this guy? Oh no, I don't. And then they call him and say, hey, the cops are looking for you. So unless you really have a hook in the place and you can trust, you got to do surveillance. That's what we do. So anyway, we go to Melrose PD and we tell them we're gonna be working up in this area, sitting on a house. I'm sitting on an apartment building, hoping that this dude um comes home or gets dropped off, and we're gonna catch him going into the apartment, like hopefully on like the steps of the apartment before he goes in, because no one's gonna help us out in there. So we're waiting, and finally we see a car roll up in front of the building, and we call it like a moving stop. They didn't even stop. Like the car slowed down. The guy literally opened the door. We identify him as the target, and he's making a beeline like 20 feet towards the apartment building. Like he knows he's wanted. Like he doesn't see us, but he's not like trying to be in like public. So my buddy goes, "That's him." So my buddy jumps out of the passenger side, goes around the front of my car. He has his gun out because this guy is super dangerous. He's been arrested, I think, 147 times in Massachusetts, as well as like other states. He's a super dangerous guy, always known to carry a gun, what have you. Um, what do I do? Okay, I make a rookie mistake, even though I'm 25 years in the job at this point. I whip my driver's door open on my SUV. An MBTA bus comes by, smashes the door, and literally spins it around. I'm in between here's the car, here's the bus. Like I'm like the microphone is me. And that I turn sideways and I almost got crushed. Okay. The people on the bus heard the glass shatter on my driver's side door, but and saw my gun in my hand. So they thought I was shooting at the bus. And the bus, I think something else broke on the bus. It did, like a window somehow broke on the rear of the bus. So they thought I was shooting. Of course, I'm not in a uniform. I'm in plain clothes. I got a little badge around my neck with a concealment body armor on. So they just think I'm like a gangster. I mean, I'm kind of gangster, right? Anyway, so the bus slows down, and I'm like, okay, my buddy's on the front porch grabbing this bad guy by the ankle because my buddy tripped. And while he's tripping, he grabs the guy by the ankle. My other partner's coming around from the back of the apartment building. His is on the radio. The guy resists. So I pull out my taser, right? And tase him. Bang, right? And I get half of him and half my partner. So like now everything's a hot mess, like a hot train wreck. But the people on the bus were like 50 feet down the road. The bus driver had stopped. Now he hears another bang. A taser sounds like a gunshot. And he takes off because he thinks there's more shooting. So while all this is going on, the Melrose police are getting numerous calls, one after another, 911, shooting on Main Street, like let's just say 34 Main Street. Guy with the gun is just shooting. Another shooting. They shot the MBTA bus. So the funniest part of this whole story is we get the guy under arrest. I almost shot him because he turned his back and stuck his hand down the front of his pants and looked over his shoulder. I I almost shot him right in the back like 7 times. Thought he was going for a gun, and I literally was a second away from shooting him. Anyway, what he did was he stuffed drugs down his pants, and then we got him under arrest. The whole time this is going on, Melrose PD is having like their roll call. And the mayor, I believe the mayor of Melrose was doing a ride along that night because Melrose PD wanted to hire more cops. And I guess the city management, like they always do, they fight with the police, was saying it's not busy enough. Like there's no crime in our city. It's Melrose. It's everything's great. So they're they're hearing this on the police channel shooting, this, that, a bus, like all kinds of shit, right? And so I thought Melrose PD was gonna be pissed at me, like, but anyway, they knew we were there. Like that's what you do when you're working in federal law enforcement. You just can't go into a city. Some agencies do. We all know them. As a three-letter agency. You can only guess who they are. Who don't tell people shit. But when the shit hits the fan and you need a fucking ambulance or you need backup, the cops, you got to involve the locals. You don't have to tell them exactly what you're doing. You don't have to say we're going after this guy, but you got to tell them we're going after a guy. He may be in this area. So when they hear some shooting going on or an officer's getting hurt or a foot pursuit, they know where to send guys, and they know that it's the U.S. Marshals or the ATF or DEA or that other agency. Anyway, so I go, the lieutenant shows up, the captain shows up at the scene, and I'm like really nervous, thinking like, man, these guys are gonna hate me, right? They were like high five, they were like happy that this happened because it proved to the city management or whatever, like that there's crime here, like there's bad guys there, and they need more policing. Um, so in a way, it like worked out for everybody. But anyway, so then I had to like call my boss and say the car's trashed, the door's ripped off. Of course, they didn't ask me if I was okay. I almost got killed. I was literally, like I said, my SUV, MBTA bus, here's me right here. And I like was like driving by, like I could see the bus going by my face. Um, and they got a wrecker, dropped my car off the PD, and the car was like never was the same again. It was all fucked up, you know. They, of course, government probably spent 30 grand to fix it when it was worth six. You know, that's just what they do. But that's the MBTA bus story. Nothing crazy, but it's just weird shit that I've encountered. I mean, there's been thousands of other things, but that was what I thought of today. So, needless to say, happy Father's Day, everyone. Be good. If your dad's still alive, go out there, give him a hug, take him out for dinner, play ball, do it. I don't know, do whatever he does. Sit and watch a Frank Sinatra movie with him. I don't know. And live the dream. And that's it. And again, I'm signing off. Go like and subscribe to Stu Bob Show or the Stu, whatever comes up as Stu Bob Show, actually, because someone has this Stu Show. But mine says the Stu Show, but it's at the Stu Bob Show. Like and subscribe. I'm on Instagram, on the Stu Thompson. You guys and Facebook. Just check it out. All right, guys. Peace.